Hello and welcome back, and today we are going to be doing some comment reading. Now, comment reading is always fun, it's always a good time, and as you can see in the background, we do have some Forza Motorsport gameplay, although if you are here more for the off-road stuff, like the, Mud Runner, Spin Tires, Snow Runner, that kind of thing, or maybe Off-Road Outlaws, maybe, I don't know, just put this video on in the background and pay no attention to the gameplay if you don't like the Forza Motorsport gameplay. But either way, let's go ahead and get into some comments, answer some questions, and have a conversation with y'all. Now, as a quick disclaimer, some of these comments have been pulled from a variety of different videos, and so some are older, some are from as recent as yesterday. And with that out of the way, I just want to go ahead and address that, just because if y'all maybe have a comment or two in there that you wonder why it didn't get seen or replied to or something like that. So I'm trying to kind of spread my variety of responses across the board. So let's kick off with JJ's comment. Can you please start making more Off-Road Outlaws videos? And more Off-Road Outlaws videos will be coming soon. I know that we don't have Off-Road Outlaws sort of on a daily schedule, as it were, but we will definitely be doing more Off-Road Outlaws videos in the future. This next one kind of made me go, huh? Because they commented on a SnowRunner video and they said, please say in the title what game, I assume they meant to say you instead of I, are playing. And to be honest, y'all would be really surprised how often I get comments on videos saying you need to say what game you're playing, tell me what this game is, what game are you playing, because a lot of the time, those are on videos where the first line of the title is the title of the game. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes I guess it does. Next up is this one from Alex on a recent SnowRunner video saying, who still plays this game? I get this a lot on my SnowRunner videos, and SnowRunner is an odd one because there is a large core group, a large core community that is still playing that game a lot, and then there are a lot of people that played it at launch and then maybe stuck around the game for a few months or so, and then they dropped it and then they never played it again. And I think now some of those people, when they see videos of it still being posted, they're like, well, I don't play this game anymore and my friends don't play it anymore, so why does anybody play it anymore? And I'm like, there's still a core community around the Runner series that is still playing SnowRunner pretty dang actively. I love the context of this next one because it's a comment on my recent coming out video that I did, and the comment was simply, play Off-Road Outlaws. And in a lot of ways, I kind of find it hilarious because regardless of the content of that video, the person was directly to the point. They were like, play Off-Road Outlaws, end comment. It just, I don't know, it makes me laugh. I find it really funny. Some people might not, but I find it really funny. Next up, we also have user XZ2NH1RD1X. We need more Off-Road Outlaws videos. Don't you worry, more on the way soon. I will definitely say that when I post videos that are not Off-Road Outlaws, I get a lot of comments pretty regularly asking, where is Off-Road Outlaws? And I find that it's a very interesting thing because even if there was an Off-Road Outlaws video posted on the previous day, I will still get comments on another video if it's like, say, a Forza video or a SnowRunner video saying, where is Off-Road Outlaws? And I don't know if people just didn't see the one from the prior day, or maybe there was a sub-feed delivery issue, or maybe they didn't like the subject of that one, so they didn't click on it, but they still want other Off-Road Outlaws videos. So I'm still trying to structure my Off-Road Outlaws content in a way that makes y'all happy. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. The next comment comes from @MRTaylor0, and they say, how do you get free money in SnowRunner? It's a very, direct to the point question, and the answer to that is this mod right here, available on every single system, no matter what. You can go on your mod browser and find it right when you boot up the game, and you will be good to go. Now, this next one from BulletChainWood6745 says, hell nah, I'm unsubong. And what I love about this so much is you took the time to announce your departure, but you didn't even take the effort to make sure the grammar was right. Now buckle up for this next one, because it's kind of a lot of back and forth. Cringe. You don't have to watch, just leave. Bro, nobody cares. Obviously you do. Homophobic much? Ain't homophobic, just a hater. What? To say some of these confuse me is, it's a little bit of an understatement. Now, this next one from Gromoslav PL is kind of a lot, and it says, why don't you drive a car in the cockpit view in this title? This is not GTA Online or Forza Horizon. If you want to feel immersion and simulation, you need to change your game style. Forza Motorsport is not for casual gamers. I mean, I feel like the entire Assetto Corsa series and iRacing would like a word with you if you think that Forza Motorsport is not for casual gamers or it's not allowed for anyone to play in a casual way. I mean, there are extremely punishing, extremely hardcore simulators out there that Forza Motorsport is not one of those. It's a really fun racing game, but it's not a hardcore simulator. And I'm sorry, but if you want a hardcore punishing simulation experience, Forza Motorsport is not where you're going to find it. Don't get me wrong, it's a great game, it's a fun game, it's not a hardcore simulator. Now, this next one comes from Zenisto. I think that's how you pronounce your name. And they said, I would love more Forza videos like the good old days. Would be fun to watch more of your newer videos, but SnowRunner and MudRunner isn't really my thing. Keep doing you. And I really appreciate that. Honestly, I completely understand if SnowRunner and MudRunner aren't really your thing, especially if you're into more racing and driving games. They are totally different games, and in a way, they sort of exist in the same genre, and they have a little bit of overlap, but not as much as you might think. So I appreciate the feedback, and I will definitely be playing more Forza Motorsport here in the near future. This next one is really interesting, and it comes from Charles Silveria, I think. Charles Silveria, 1998, and they say, hey, I know this is not your wheelhouse, but I would love to see your reaction to playing some Subnautica Below Zero. Now, I know nothing about that game. I have heard the name of it before, and that's about the extent of my knowledge around it. And to be honest, I haven't been all that quick to venture into other games outside of the spaces I'm normally in on this channel. And part of the reason for that is when you have built an audience around a kind of particular category of games, you run into an issue where even if there are games you kind of want to branch into and experiment with, you sometimes run into the issue where it's like a combination of the audience that you have built around certain games is A, just not going to be interested in a lot of other games, and B, what that does to the algorithm is basically if less people are initially interested, the algorithm will then take that to mean, oh, people must not just be as interested in this video in general, and we're just going to show it less. And so it can have an odd impact, and the way it is structured right now kind of discourages you from exploring games outside of your niche. But I suppose if something was to have enough support, I might, think about exploring it. And next up, user Wyatt8583 says, yesterday was their birthday. So happy birthday, Wyatt. I know I'm a little bit late on this one, but to be brutally honest, I did not see this comment until I actually went through the actual comments dashboard in the back end of the YouTube dashboard itself. So I don't know why I missed it or why I didn't see it, but either way, I hope your birthday was awesome, and I hope you did all the things you wanted to do and had a great time. Next up from Nixie, as usual, top-notch gameplay from you, my friend, and I appreciate you. I replied to that comment specifically on its own, but I also wanted to thank you here in the video because I know you've been around for a while, and I really appreciate ya. Next up from MusicHeart9850, is this still available? No, this isn't Facebook Marketplace. Nothing here is for sale. But in all seriousness, that video, or rather that comment, was on a really old video back from when the SnowRunner Money Mod originally came out, and they just wanted to know if it was still available, and I told them yes, just under a slightly different photo from what it was back when it originally released, but hopefully you were able to figure that out and get the Money Mod. Alright, so if you're still watching at this point in the video, we're gonna actually answer a few more questions that are a little bit more, let's say, personal. Now, if those questions are not something you would like to see, feel free to peace out and move on to the next video. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know ahead of time that if these are not comments that you want to see or whatever you want to see talked about, that's fine. Just know what we are about to get into is a lot more related to questions I've been getting about my personal life and a lot of comments that I was getting on my recent, let's say, real world video. And some of them are great, some of them are not so great. I really appreciate all of the support that y'all showed me in the comments. There were some that were really, really ugly, and they were just kind of like, oh, yikes, ouch. But again, we're gonna move on from those and we're gonna read a few and just try to address some things that, I don't know, maybe were lost in translation or misunderstanding, and y'all get the gist, y'all get the idea. We're gonna start with something simple though, and it's, I hate you, bro. Same. Oh my God. This next one hits deep. Clean your damn infotainment screen. That is all. And you know, I should probably just, well, I should probably just stop recording and go, like, I don't know, spend like 15 hours in the woods reflecting on what my life has become because I let my infotainment screen get too dirty. This next one, I'm not even really gonna read it because it's just like, it makes my brain hurt. I'm like, do you seriously think that queer people or gay people or trans people don't work on cars? That makes absolutely no sense to me where the comment is coming from. But I'm just like, I see ones like that and I'm just like, facepalm? And this next one, I've seen this a lot lately. I mean, what I think a lot of people that comment things like this is, Chris isn't the only YouTuber that has ever transitioned, and certainly not the only YouTuber that has transitioned publicly. And that's not to minimize her own transition and her own experience at all whatsoever, but I just find it interesting when some people will maybe have seen Chris and then they will relate, I guess, every other trans person they see to Chris, maybe because Chris was the first one they saw or whatever. I'm not really sure. Either way, comments like that confuse me. And the next thing I want to talk about is all of the politically and religiously driven comments that I've been seeing. I knew I was going to see them. I knew I was going to get them. And the thing is, I'm not really going to reply to any of those because that's not what my comment section or my videos are about. My videos and my channel have always been about games and cars and trucks and the enjoyment of just vehicles in general. And that is exactly what we are continuing to focus on here on the channel. But I did want to go ahead and address that because I have been seeing a fair amount of those comments popping up lately. And, you know, I think sometimes it's just one of those things that it's one of those parts of being on the internet that you put yourself out there and people will take swings at you. And that's just part of, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you know, it's part of being online in a way. But where I do draw the line is anybody that goes after any of the others in my community or in my comment section, that is absolutely not okay with me, and that will be met with bans. Just to go ahead and get that out there. But if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you have any questions you would like to ask, please also post them in the comments and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Please do consider hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will see y'all next time.